everyone. This is Amy, one of the nurse practitioners here at Timeless RX and Primal RX. And I'm here with Michelle.
Yes, I'm Michelle. Nice to see everybody this morning. Guys, we are here to talk about supplements today. If you have been on social media at all in the past few months, then you are probably being told you need a supplement for your energy, for your focus, for your gut, for your weight, for your hair, for your skin, for your nails. Everything out there has a supplement. So today, what Amy and I want to do is let's discuss some of the trending supplements that you're seeing right now on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And let's talk about what's real and what's not and what your expectations are. So, Amy, we get a lot of questions, don't we, about supplements?
Oh, yes. And is this good to take? Where should I get it? What brand should I get? So we will hit all of that today. And I'll let Michelle kind of open with one supplement that has been trending, and we'll kind of go down a line and talk about some other ones.
So the number one thing that I get questions about, if you don't hear it from social media, you're hearing it from your buddies at the gym or your neighbor across the street, is NAD+. So I'm going to be straight. We both love NAD.
Oh, yes.
So it's one of the reasons I put it at the top of my list. Let's talk about what it is and what it will do for you. So NAD is all about mitochondrial health. And you might remember from 8th grade science, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? So, and that's true. It's in every cell in the body. Let's put that in perspective for you. Brain cells, one brain cell has about 18,000 mitochondria, and a heart cell has around 10,000. So think about what we do if we optimize those mitochondria. What's that going to do in your brain? What's that going to do for your heart? What's that going to do for your muscles? So that's what NAD is all about, and that's why we love it. But there's a lot of bad information out there about NAD. The biggest thing that I see is there's a push for oral NAD.
I agree. And you will see there's so many people on podcasts and other things that will push certain oral NAD supplements, and you just don't see those results that you really need to see with taking an oral supplement just because the bioavailability of it. So Michelle will talk to you about how we typically recommend doing your NAD supplementation.
Exactly. To be honest with you, NAD itself is a coenzyme, but it's very unstable in the body. And anytime you put anything in the gut, it's got to go through a metabolization process that you just aren't going to get the best of bioavailability if it's an unstable molecule. Okay. So that's what this is about. So honestly, the best ways to get NAD are going to be injections or IV infusions. Now, the IV infusions are great. However, they're time consuming, and I have patients have a lot of side effects with them. So if that's something you're interested in, absolutely. I don't not recommend them at all. But the way we do NAD is what I really love. So how we do NAD here is with injections. So there's two choices for your injections. There's intramuscular injections, and you can actually do them subcutaneously in your abdomen. Either way works. You do these injections 1 to 3 times a week, and you'll get the full benefits of NAD. Now, I have a little caveat. I've always added a precursor to NAD supplement, which is oral, but it's just making your body make more natural NAD. And Amy's going to tell you about that, how that works.
Yes. So one of my favorite NAD precursors is going to be NMN. And what this does is it is going to naturally increase those NAD levels in your body. As we age, these levels just decline, and we want to increase those back so that way you can get those benefits that we want you to get from the NAD supplementation. So yes, you will take this with your NAD injections, and this will help with your energy, your metabolism, your anti-aging, longevity. Overall feeling of well-being is going to increase as well. And I find that my patients get best results when they do their injections, either subcutaneous or intramuscular, plus they take some type of NAD precursor. Is that
I agree.
well?
I agree. I do find that, and I find that personally as well. And the thing I find personally with NAD that I love, and I hear it every day from my patients, is the focus you get with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, focus. So if you're busy and you got a lot going on in your life, I mean, you get up with the energy, you're able to focus all day, and then the longevity benefits can't be beat. So that being said, we talked a lot about NAD because I think it's one of our favorites.
Huge and trending supplement right
now. It's
now.
very trending, but it's trending around here too. So we love it. We all love it. But you got to do it right. So don't believe everything you read online.
online.
So the next supplement that I'm seeing online, and I'm going to tell you where we're seeing it, is astaxanthin. So the reason this came to my attention a while back was because we were seeing it online, and my patients were buying it from online places
Non-medical grade.
which kind of made me nervous, to be honest, once I did some research on it. But they were buying this supplement, and I had heard of it, but I hadn't done a lot of research on it. So I started doing research. And what I found out about it is everybody's wanting to take it because apparently it gives you a tan. Okay, well, that's nice. I mean, I obviously need one. But that being said, when I started researching it, guys, this is an amazing antioxidant, Amy.
I know. Even I have been on glutathione lately, but then I started researching this and I'm like, okay, I'm taking both.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been a big proponent of antioxidants, and I usually put all my patients on some type of antioxidant. You know, you need it to protect your body from those environmental toxins and free radicals. And I know you hear about that with your skin, but it affects the rest of your body too. But one of the cool things that I like about it is it actually can help your eyes. It's for eye health. I did not know that. And you know, if you're of a certain age, you start worrying about your eye health. So I'm really getting a lot of great feedback with this supplement. Now, let me tell you what I found in the research though. A lot of these places you see that are selling it from influencers on Instagram and TikTok, it's not a great quality. Some of the testing I've seen is it's not very pure. The milligrams you need to be taking are not exactly in the capsule like it says. Amy and I will both tell you pharmaceutical grade supplements are where you need to go. She and I have researched, we have found one that we really, really like. We use mostly Designs for Health products here at Timeless RX. There are some other good products, but we do have this on the shelf for you. What are your thoughts about it, Amy? Have you enjoyed taking it?
I have. I actually just started it recently in the past couple weeks after doing some research as well. Like I said before, I was kind of on the glutathione. I have, done a lot of research on CoQ10 as well. So there are lots of antioxidants out there, but after doing some more research on this, I was sold on it and I started taking it. And she was talking about the eye health, and I did see a lot of good data on that, but also for me I
different times in life.
for me it was talking about your skin, anti-aging, preventing wrinkles, things like that. And that is another thing that a lot of our patients are searching for as well. We see a lot of health and wellness, but we also see a lot of aesthetics too, and so people want the whole package. And so I think that this is the antioxidant that is going to do that for them.
I totally agree. And that's why, honestly, I can't keep it on the shelf right now. Hey, listen, if I get a tan, I'll come back and let you know too. But that's neither here nor there. We'll see. Because neither one of us do that very easily. So, Amy, the third thing we want to talk about?
So the third thing that I want to talk about is magnesium. I feel like this has been a tried and true supplement for a very, very long time. Even from day one with doing hormone consultations, promoting health and wellness, I feel like magnesium has always been a go-to supplement for pretty much everyone. Right now, people are talking about sleep maxing because, all of our lives are so busy and we don't get the sleep that we need. And really, your body does need proper sleep to function well. So with magnesium, there are so many different types. I am personally a fan of magnesium glycinate.
Yes, me too.
Now there are other types depending on what your goals are. And, if you ever see Michelle or I or any of our nurse practitioners here, we can tell you what may be the best kind for you. But your magnesium is going to be such a good supplement for sleep. For those people who deal with anxiety, or they're just those overthinkers, they can't turn their mind off. I find that magnesium works really well for them as well, instead of turning to some of these other, stronger medications. I have so many patients who have taken magnesium and seen such great results with that.
And what's interesting that I've learned over the years with researching magnesium, and it's one of my core supplements that I put all of my patients on. If you look at blood levels of magnesium from a functional medicine standpoint, which is how we practice, you need a little bit higher magnesium level to make sure that your intracellular magnesium is what it needs to be, because that's where magnesium works. It's important for your brain function. It's important for your heart function, your muscle function, multiple things. And it's actually over 600 processes, I think, is what I've learned. But what is interesting, the reason you're all magnesium depleted is because of overplanting of crops up in wherever they do crops, Ohio and Iowa, Nebraska. We have overplanted. Magnesium comes from the soil. It's in the plants we eat, and we're depleted. As a society, we're depleted. I think I've seen anywhere they theorize 60 to 80% of the United States has a magnesium depletion. So it's interesting.
You know, another depletion that I see a lot, and it is evident in all of the labs is vitamin D.
Oh gosh, everybody.
Vitamin D is one. I feel like it made kind of a bigger comeback after COVID.
Yeah.
Because people were talking about, oh, you have COVID or you're trying to prevent getting COVID. Go take your vitamin D, your zinc. And so vitamin D had this big comeback. But that is another one that I see in almost all of my patients' labs, that they are so depleted.
Right.
And I'm just in shock by it sometimes. But also, like you were talking about, there is just some things that we want at a higher level from a functional medicine standpoint. Yes.
It's called optimization.
Yes. So that is one that is another core supplement for pretty much all of my males, females. Even my younger women, they need vitamin D as well for bone health, brain health. Even for our menopausal women who start going through menopause, their bone health becomes so important, especially when they start lacking that estrogen. So vitamin D is a great supplement to add into that.
But don't go buy your vitamin D from an influencer or don't go to the Walgreens and you'll see 15,000 vitamin Ds on the shelf. You really have to have vitamin D with K.
Exactly. And I did have on this subject, some of our patients, I feel like sometimes are a little skeptical about, you know, getting the supplements from here. Oh, can I just go to Walgreens or get it on Amazon? And we always try to tell them doing a medical grade supplement is just where you're going to see the results. It's been clinically tested. It's been clinically studied, and it is pure. And I did have one patient one time, and it just, you have to get them started on it, then they will realize. But she came in and she said she's been on so many different vitamin Ds. And I actually saw her at the front desk, and she was just coming in just to get more. And she goes, this is the first time that I've ever redone my labs or had labs retaken, and my vitamin D has actually improved.
Because she did it right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is another reason we're talking about things you're seeing online today. You really have to do your research, and we've done it for you, so you don't have to work too hard. Exactly. You know what I want to talk about next?
What's that?
One of my favorite things, creatine.
I do.
Love it. So there's a lot of misconceptions about creatine out there, but there's a lot of hype out there about it too. So a lot of women, y'all need it. Guys have already been on the bandwagon for a while, but women, you need creatine too. So it's not just for bodybuilders. It's not just for people that go to the gym. It's not going to bulk you up. It's not going to hurt your kidneys. But all of that is if you do it right. So how are you going to do it right? You're going to come talk to us because we've done the research for you. I've been personally on creatine for years now. And what's your experience with it?
I actually just started taking creatine. But I agree. It went from this like, oh, these bodybuilders need creatine to all of a sudden it's just for a general state of health now. I mean, it affects so much more than your muscle mass. It is so good for your brain health.
Wait, I saw a study that showed how much cognitive ability can be improved, percentage like 10-20% improvement in their cognitive ability and memory recall on creatine.
Okay.
I saw that about a year ago, and I have to look it up to give you the exact numbers, but I'm like, okay, I'm in. That's when I started being very faithful with it. So,
yes, I just started it. I actually was doing the collagen on its own, and then I was also doing the electrolytes, but then Designs for Health just came out with the whole body trio.
Right.
And that has the electrolytes, your collagen, and your creatine in it. And so I just started that in the past couple weeks as well.
which
And
is amazing.
I
We
would
always like a one
yes,
thing with
it's so
lots
much
of things
easier. I
in it.
don't have, you know, 3 different things to take. It's all in one mix, and it comes in a little pre-made packet that's on the go. I literally just take it with me to work. At some point, I will mix it and drink it throughout the day.
Yeah. So get on the creatine bandwagon, but come talk to somebody that is good at it. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on creatine for a long time. I've been on a lot of different ones. It is true that it can cause bloating. It is true it can cause some GI upset. I personally have narrowed it down to the ones that don't do that though. So I think if you're interested in creatine, and anyone I think all patients should consider it. It's not for everybody, but I think it should be considered.
I agree. Men, women, everybody all around.
So what you got next, Amy?
The last supplement that I have, that is also something that I feel like has been kind of a tried and true supplement, but has been making a bigger comeback, is your omega-3s, specifically your DHAs, your EPAs. And that's the most important when you're taking these omega-3s, is that you are getting both of those in it. This is good for your brain health as well. This is good for inflammation. This is, a lot of people know this is good for your heart health. You know, if people take this to, they go to see their, you know, regular physician, they're like, oh, your triglycerides are elevated, a little elevated, let's take some omega-3s. But this is something that people can take as a preventative as well. And this is another one of those that is kind of for most of my patients, that I will put them on some type of omega.
If you've ever seen me in clinic, you know I have 4 to 5 supplements I put everyone on, and omegas is definitely one of those. There's a couple of types of omegas that we use here at Timeless, and it's really important that you come see us and talk to us about which omega is right for you. Like Amy said, omegas are really one of the only substances out there that can raise your good cholesterol and lower your triglycerides. So if that's an issue at all, you're going to be on a high potency omega. Exactly. That's what we're going to do. But then if you don't have cholesterol issues, you may need the omega-3, 6, and 9, which is something a little bit broader for health. So we have to decide that. And the biggest complaint you hear about omegas when you tell them you want them on one,
it tastes like fish.
It tastes like fish. It's gross. Upsets my stomach. We know the ones that don't. So
yes,
we can help you with that.
Now, obviously, we could sit here and talk about supplements for hours upon hours, but today we kind of touched on the most trending ones right now. If you have any other questions, me or Michelle or any of our other providers here would love to see you and talk about supplements. So call us soon to schedule an appointment.
Yes, thanks so much for letting us talk to you guys today. There's so much more we could be talking about, but at the same time, we wanted to touch on the things you're seeing the most, you're hearing about the most, and the things we talk about the most. There's real science behind these supplements. And look, don't forget, supplements are just that. They're supplements. They're not going to replace diet, exercise, and healthy lifestyle. You have to do this in conjunction with it, and we're here to help you with all of that.